Sealed file. Painful memories are sealed in the bullet-riddled files. Lena and UMP-40 plunge deep into the fog again. After taking a few steps, Lena checks the map before shaking her head helplessly. Yeah, looks like the map breaks when we go into the fog. 40, I'll be counting on you for... Woohoo! UMP-40 suddenly throws a grenade into the fog. It blows up several lurking robots, who transform into scattered data fragments that vanish on the wind. Hehe, first blood. What? Well, there are more on this side too. Before Lena can say anything else, UMP-40 raises her gun and shoots in another direction. A burst of bullets sprays forth, making a straggler robot go crash to the ground. As she watches the data fragments disappear, UMP-40 skips merrily up to Lena. Haha, I got another one. Say Lena, want to make it a competition? You know, see who can eliminate more of these robots. Eh? Are we really going to do that? Isn't it more important to find that big monster ASAP? Heh, well, you look so serious, I wanted to tease you a little. The big guy's over here, it's not far off. UMP-40 looks into the fog. Before long, a huge shape looms out of the fog. Hey, what do you know? Do you know? Hehe, it's here at last. Let's get it together, 40. Thank God it's just elimination. Oh. Reset, huh? Reset. Oh, wait. Oh. You don't have to put her directly. But that's kinda cool. Damn. Anyway. So they changed how to put the story. Okay. Is that seriously her voice? Wait, the illusion actually has her own skills? What the fuck? Damn. Are you serious? Okay, interesting. Wow, it's like having two dolls when you get her. An extra one, actually. Lena and UMP-40 surround and finally destroy the giant robot's core. Yay! Go team! We finally took it down once and for all. Kaboom! There's a massive explosion. The robot's gigantic metal frame shudders and then slowly crumples to the ground. Lena and UMP-40 hastily back away. However, a small black figure darts out from a corner of the battlefield and runs straight for the robot, as though it's not afraid of being squished by its falling bulk. Huh? Is it that girl? But why? As she looks where the girl is looking, Lena notices something is wrong. Something shiny and gleaming seems to have fallen from the giant robot's car. I will hydrate after this, Slash Pickles. Thank you. Wait, is that? 40, stop her! After firing a couple of shots, Lena rushes toward the collapsed robot. Stop! No swiping! After realizing Lena's aim, the girl charges forward and tries to catch up with her, only to be driven back by a burst of gunfire from UMP-40. In the blink of an eye, Lena has rolled up to the robot. UMP-40 follows her, warily keeping her gun trained on the girl. The girl angrily waves her arms at the two dolls blocking her path. That's mine! Mine! Give me back! How is this yours? This is Leva's neural space. Yeah, this is clearly Leva's. The girl glares angrily at Lena. Then she turns to UMP-40. You, why are you helping her when we are... UMP-40 fires another shot at the girl's feet, interrupting her. While I don't know who you are, don't even think of trying to harm Leva. You better stay away from us if you want to live. Damn. Ah, you're bad too. I hate you. Hate you both. The girl stomps the ground harder and harder, but no robot comes forth in response. Before UMP-40 and Lena can approach her, she punches the air in frustration and then runs off into the distant fog. Looks like she's gone. She's got quite a temper on her. After seeing the girl leave, UMP-40 finally lowers her gun. Lena bends down and prepares to pick up the shiny object. This should be the data source. Wah! Lena, look! UMP-40 suddenly tugs on Lena's sleeve. She pulls Lena up and indicates their surroundings. The giant robot dissolves into data fragments following its defeat. The fog that's everywhere fades away and the brilliant blue expanse of sea spreads before their eyes. So many S-word! Snow-capped waves gently lap at the beach. In the distance, a Ferris wheel towers over the sands. Its colorful round gondolas slowly turning in time with the music. The fog is gone. It's so beautiful. Yep, I did not know there was such a beautiful place in Leva's funeral cloud. After seeing Lena's dumbfounded face, UMP-40 laughs and bends down to pick up the shiny fragment on the beach. Isn't this UMP-40's dog tag? Huh? Lena looks down at UMP-40's palm. There's a small rectangular piece of metal there covered in scalp marks made by bullets. The name UMP-40 is engraved into its center. The letters have been worn down by the passage of time, but the dog tag seems to have been regularly polished because it's still gleaming like it's brand new. Do you mean that 40? The real UMP-40? Yep, this is one of the few things 40 left behind. I did not know Leva was taking care of it all this while. Then how about seeing what records it contains? I haven't looked through them yet. I think you should be the first to read something that important. UMP-40 hands the dog tag to Lena. With utmost care, Lena begins reading the records contained within. Inside the lab, UMP-45 is currently lying inside the repair pod. Persica is standing beside her, carefully studying the data on the screen. In theory, we can extract this simulated persona from your base layer and configure it as a secondary processor core capable of independent computation. This will take up a bit of your internal memory, but it will help stabilize your base layer. Plus, having an additional core can be quite useful in electronic warfare. Yeah. However, I must remind you that the simulated UMP-40 you insist on extracting was essentially created by... While this simulated persona is based on UMP-40's personality and hasn't shown signs of, nobody can guarantee that in the future. Are you sure you want to keep her? It's not the real 40, you know. I know it isn't the real 40, but I still want to keep it anyway. Actually, the secondary processing core you want doesn't need to have a simulated persona assigned to it. You can completely delete the persona, which would not only remove, but it would also simplify maintenance going forward. Also, if you keep it, you'll have to face someday. 45. Have you really... I know what I'm doing. This is the last thing 40 left to me, even if it means I don't want to give up on it. How determined. Alright then, I'll do what you said. UMP-45 nods. Persica looks at the monitor and begins typing at high speed. UMP-45 falls silent for a moment before she suddenly speaks. Persica, can you... Yep, it's not often that you ask me for a favor, so don't worry. Strings of data fly across the screen. UMP-45 stares calmly at the ceiling, her hand tightly clutched around the battle-scarred dog tag in her pocket. Lena stops reading the memory. Looks like this memory was from when Persica helped modify Leva's neural cloud. But it's strange, why can't I read the whole thing? Want to give it a try, 40. Lena hands the dog tag to UMP-40. UMP-40 tries to read it too, but then she frowns. Yeah, I cannot make out any of the key details. It's as though someone encrypted the records. Also, I just tried to decrypt it, but the encryption system's code is very unique, so I couldn't do it. I don't get it. Is there some kind of classified data in there? Or rather, is there some secret in Leva's inside? Leva specially sealed it up because she didn't want other people to see it? No. Leva wouldn't be like me and do such childish things. Unless... Lena purses her lips and studies the dog tag again, a look of frustration on her face. UMP-40 laughs, then shakes her head and takes Lena's hand. There, Lena. Don't let your imagination run away with you. Perhaps I might know what's in there. After all, the simulated persona they're talking about is me, and this record might be related to the information that led to my inception. Huh? Don't look so down. Come with me. UMP-40 drags Lena onto the snowy white beach and picks a spot with an excellent view before pulling Lena down onto the sand with her. Then she strikes a very storyteller-ish pose. Did you know how I was born? This is the Maldives. Yeah, sunshine, blue skies, and the sea. Our promised land. Promise. I see. I think I understand. UMP-45 slowly wipes away her tears. These are all memories of my time with 40, our most cherished possessions, which is why you know all this. That's right, everything about you and 40. Our neural clouds share a common origin. It's not that difficult for me to simulate a virtual persona that imitates her. Deep down, I've always been hoping that 40 never left me, so I created you in my subconscious, which explains her presence in level 3. Yep, that's it. I'm just a simulation you created. A virtual persona that will never replace your one and only UMP-40. As she gazes out across the boundless blue sea, the gray-haired girl smiles wistfully. Yes, I'm the virtual persona that 45 created. Back then, 45 was forced to bid 40 farewell because of Operation Butterfly. All she managed to bring back from that cruel battlefield was this dog tag. UMP-40 strokes a small piece of metal she's holding. 45 couldn't accept the fact that she lost 40, so she began to unconsciously rely on her memories and simulated the new 40. In other words, me. I was born for 45. Protecting her, comforting her, supporting her, keeping her from ever being hurt by the past again. All these are my raison d'etre. At first, 45 wasn't aware of my existence. I lived in the base layer of 45's neural cloud. It was a dark and lonely place with nobody around, where every sound I made was swallowed up by the blackness. But one day, 45 fell into her base layer by accident, and then she found me. From that day onward, 45 would come by every now and then to talk to me. She'd tell me about what happened at the outside, about her worries and frustrations, and give me all kinds of things from the outside world. She even asked Persi to extract me from level 3 to level 2 so I could access information about the outside world, even though it meant eating up her system resources. UMP-40 looks into the distance and smile spreads across her face. My world changed ever since I was released into level 2. Or rather, I should say that day was when I learned what the world truly was. Through her eyes, I could see all the people she used to talk about. Squad 404, Kalina, the Commander. I saw the pretty houses and lively amusement parks in the green and white zones, the deserts, sandstorms, and ELIDs of the yellow zones. I was really very happy. 45 always treated me as her friend, even though I wasn't the real 40, even if I was just a persona cobbled together out of data and broken memories. Therefore, I treated 45 as my friend too, my one and only, my realist and truest friend. She changed my world and taught me happiness. From that moment onward, I truly wanted to protect her. I hoped that my existence would make her feel happy and at peace. I watched 45 turn into Leba as the years passed. I saw how she gathered more and more friends to be her side and how she went further and further with her bravery and determination. Eventually, it seemed as though she'd be able to fulfill her wish from all those years ago. 40. Suddenly, the UMP-40 stops halfway through her monologue and turns to look at Lena. Then she cheerfully pats Lena on the shoulder. That's why I'm really glad you're around, Lena. Huh? That's because you're always keeping Leba company. You've always stayed by Leba's side no matter what happened over the years, and you were always earnest and sincere while doing it. I can tell, you're special to Leba. Lena pauses and scratches her head in a stiff and unnatural way. Well, I don't feel special. I like to say we are family, but truth be told, I've always been the one plastering myself to Leba. Haven't I? After all, in the beginning, I just grabbed a gun that looked like hers and insisted that we were sisters because of that. That is true. She did not even have that scar before. But you and Leba, you're actual sisters. It was decided from the moment you were rolled out, like a mark that's forever etched onto your frames. I can't compete with that no matter what I do. Hey, is that so? Well, that might be true if I were the real 40. UMP-40 chuckles. But you know, I'm not and will never be UMP-40. I'm just a simulated virtual persona. Right now, my presence is less of a consolation for Leba than a burden. UMP-40's smile slowly fades. Leba will never progress if she keeps relying on 40 and clinging to the past. Take this neural cloud malfunction for example. If it wasn't because she wanted to preserve 40, Leba wouldn't have insisted on using this obsolete frame, and she wouldn't have fallen short on combat power while facing that doll, which led to all this happening. UMP-40 lowers her head in dejection. Hey 40, don't go blaming yourself for everything. Leba's done tons of upgrades to her frame over the years and she's always been a perfectly capable fighter. The neural cloud was damaged this time around because of that creepy doll. She was using an attack that specifically targeted Leba's weaknesses. Oh, chaos. Also, if you say you are at fault, then Kalin and I have a share in the blame too. We shouldn't have kept it from Leba and gone to find Persica sooner. You're right. I shouldn't think that way. UMP-40 nods, looking like she's regained her spirits. She stands up and holds a hand out to Lena. It's decided then. We'll keep looking for the next data source and protect Leba's neural cloud. That's my mission as UMP-40. Let's go, Lena. Hang on, since the fog is gone, let's contact Persica first. I'm sure she'll know about what's stored in the dog tag. Huh? Do we still need to contact her? But I already told you about the contents. That girl from just now seemed really interested in this dog tag, so maybe it contains really important information. It might help us find Leba. Eh? Huh? Is that so? Wow, you have planned this all out, Lena. Plus, she might have finished analyzing that girl too. Lena stands up happily, then she opens a transmission channel to Persica. However, the communications attempt fails again. She cannot even leave a voice message. What's going on? Even though the fog's gone, is the redundant data still interfering with transmissions? But we got rid of the data source too. There shouldn't be any more interference. Does this mean my terminals are really broken, or could there be another reason? Lena checks her communicator over and over again. However, she does not find anything wrong with it. After seeing the worried look on Lena's face, UMP-40 lightly pats her shoulder. My guess is that you need to hit a certain threshold of data cleared to maintain comms. We haven't cleared enough data yet, so we cannot establish comms. Things might resolve themselves if we keep clearing data. Really, how do you know that, 40? I mean, with Leba's neural cloud being so chaotic and all, do these thresholds and whatnot really exist? It's just a theory based on observing our current situation. Here, take a look. UMP-40 points forward. Wisp of mist can be seen rising into the air not far away. If the fog dispersing represents reaching the threshold at which communication is possible, then I guess that means that mist represents an unstable condition. It's only natural to imagine that you cannot establish comms in such a volatile situation. Lena nods slightly in response to UMP-40's confident delivery. That's not an entirely baseless conclusion. But if we cannot contact Persica, we won't know when we can figure out the contents of the dog tag. Oh, I don't think we need to be in such a hurry. UMP-40 smiles. She looks a little more relaxed now. Why do you say that? You're in a hurry to decrypt the dog tag because you look for clues about Leba, but we don't even know if it contains anything we can use. Currently, there are not many people in Leba's neural space that could decrypt the tag, that could encrypt the tag. So far, the only person we've seen besides you, me, and Leba is that little girl. If Leba encrypted the dog tag, then the info might not necessarily help us find her. Also, the girl cannot even speak in complete sentences, so I don't think she's capable of doing it. With that in mind, the dog tag might not actually contain useful information. So rather than waste time on decrypting the dog tag, clearing the redundant data would be a more meaningful use of our time. In fact, not being able to decrypt the dog tag is because of interference from all the redundant data. I'm willing to bet like that. Who knows, once we clear all of it, the comms problem might clear up by itself and maybe the dog tag's encryption will fade away. You think things will go that well? Lena eyes UMP-40 doubtfully, but UMP-40 merely pats Lena's shoulder with a smile. Well, I'm not totally confident of that. After all, things in this neural space are always changing, but seizing the moment and clearing the data is better than just sitting around and waiting. And besides, I'm worried Leva's situation is going to get worse if we don't keep moving forward. Here, have a look. UMP-40 points into the distance. At some point, several large fissures have appeared at the end of the path. What's that? Where did they come from all of a sudden? Lena looks worriedly at the fissures. Right as she does, more and more fissures appear and more fog begins welling out of them. UMP-40 looks at the fissures and shakes her head worriedly. Leva's neural cloud is becoming more and more unstable. We cannot delay any longer. Lena. After seeing the worried look on UMP-40's face, Lena nods earnestly. Got it. Since we cannot contact Persica, we don't have any other choice. Let's look for the next data source, 40.